So we have really neat office space. This was the 12th floor. This is where the Wanamaker, way back when they made all their stuff, and their inventory was here. So we have a beautiful atrium here. That's a great thing, beautiful natural light. So we're going to kind of move over to the left where PUD is, processing and underwriting division. I'm sorry, they're the folks that, one, do a lot of reviews on the lenders. About 3 to 4% of the single case file reviews they do nationwide. We got about 20,000 endorsements a month that we do here in the Homeownership Center, in the Philadelphia Homeownership Centers. There's 3 other homeownership centers, one in Santa Ana, one in Denver, and one in Atlanta. So I was telling you about 300,000 inquiries a year, half a year for customer services. We have what's called a customer relationship management software. We answer calls in addition to doing lender review, single case file reviews. So our underwriters are not only doing reviews, they are also answering escalated phone calls. The unique thing about the Philadelphia Homeownership Center is that we handle the national call center. We manage the national call center on behalf of all single family. In the far right-hand side, there are what we call contractors, and they do the actual endorsing of loans that aren't done through lender insurance or LI. So if our lender has lender insurance, they can do their own insuring of loans, and then we QC them. The small portion of lenders that don't have that, they come through our contractor, and they make sure they do a very cursory review to make sure that there's all the documentation that is basically needed is there. And if it is there, then they actually endorse it. Everything else, 85+% of the rest of them go through LI. So, Bank of America, Wells, et cetera, they have the ability to do the FHA insurance, and then we do a QC of those. So the contractor staff of about 3 or 4 are over here, and all through here are underwriters, our underwriters, the ones that actually do the reviews and answering the phone calls and do the problem cases. The far right over here, or more towards the middle, starts where our appraisers are. And the appraisers do appraisal reviews, about 450 appraisal reviews a quarter. So this is our processing and underwriting division here, goes all the way over left. We had at one time about 218 staff nationwide through the Philadelphia Homeownership Center. We now are down to 161. It's threefold. One, during the Dodd-Frank legislation, it separated housing counseling. So we used to do housing counseling in our program support division. We no longer do that. That is a separate entity in HUD. And come, Charles. And so that some of our staff moved on during there. So it's not like we lost all of them. They went to another division, because housing counseling isn't just unique to single family. There's multifamily housing counseling and housing counseling in general. So they're part of the HUD family. They're not part of the single family. Charles Anderson is our processing and underwriting division branch chief. Andy Cianci is our processing and underwriting director. Charles is one of 3 branch chiefs on the credit side. He is acting today. A good majority of the time when one of your constituents calls, they have a servicing issue. They're like, hey, or they're feeling like, there's a potential of them needing loss mitigation services. We will not turn them down. That is a function in single family. However, that is a function that the National Servicing Center does that is part of single family and is housed in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So we will not say, hey, again, can't answer your question, please call Oklahoma City or Tulsa. We actually escalate that calls or inquiries to the queue for National Servicing Center in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, so that they can better answer your question. So when a property gets foreclosed on and HUD takes ownership of it, it is our responsibility in the real estate owned division to dispose of it. Not all properties that are foreclosed go through REO anymore. There are other alternate dispositions. Philadelphia is unique. What we do in Philadelphia with our REO is make sure that lead-based paint is a hot topic. We not only remediate the lead or identify it, we also abate it. So our field service. So we have 2 different types of contractors in REO. One is the asset manager. They do the marketing and sales of the properties. And then the FSM, which is the field service manager. They kind of cut the lawns, make sure the properties are properly maintained. Even though the resource center is in Indianapolis, we field nationally the the resource center in Philadelphia. So we have a project manager here. This is the program support division. The program support division actually handles the nonprofit entities and applications. Beth Cahill is our program support director who handles the nonprofit certifications. One other fast fact here with our endorsements that I was talking about, 84% of our purchase endorsements go to first-time home buyers. So we're really proud of that.